Good day, everyone. Today on the bench, I'm going to tie you up Denny's Stillwater Nymph. Here's a fly that originated with Denny Rickards out of Oregon. He's one of the best well-known lake anglers in the United States. He's come up with some really good patterns, and this is one of his favorites, and definitely one of mine. I've seen the effectiveness. We've tied thousands of these for Denny and other people over the years, and it's such a simple but a good little fly. He's tied it as a suggestive pattern to be either a damsel or shrimp. And it has fooled so many fish over the years. Let's get started. I'm going to show you the materials we use to tie it. It doesn't take much to get this job done with this one either. It's going to be some soft wire for the ribbing. The body is blood quill marabou. And use some olive. This is a olive dun I'm using, kind of a dull olive. And use colors to match your conditions, or make sure you have several different shades of olive, and even tans is good too. The hackle, we're going to use some burnt orange. This is super saddle, or very dry fly saddle material. You'll see it has very short little barbs on it, and one feather can probably tie up a dozen flies. Let's get a hook in the vise and we'll show you how easy this one is to tie. And there's nothing wrong with a simple, easy fly to tie and catch lots of fish. Perfect. This is an olive dun 8/0 thread I'm using. I'm going to dress the shank with that. Hold the materials a little better so it doesn't roll around. Always dress the shank of your flies, your hooks. Bring in my blood quill. Nice long soft fibers. Just going to pinch them off the side, and we preen this down. We should, no, don't like the way that is. I'm not going to use that. I got to take the bottom off. Sometimes you need to just cut the little tip off the bottom. Let's get some of that junk out of the way. And there we go. We got the tips pretty good now. I like that little patch I've got. Yeah, it looks good. And you can tie the tail about 2 times as long as the body. Lash it on right above the tie-in spot. I'm going to take the butts of that, tie it back. We're going to use that for the shell back in a moment. And then I'm just going to grab some of my soft copper wire. I'm using small. You can use extra small if you've got it. The body is simple, just more marabou. And we're going to use these long blood quills again. Get a little, pinch that off there. Now I'm going to go to the tips. I'm going to tie this in by the tips, okay? Just straighten that up a little bit. You can just cut those tips off, and I'll tie it right in. Catch it right at the back here. Take it right to the rear. Now watch this. Now, Denny has he's used some peacock curl, I believe. There's other body materials. You can use ice dub. There's many other, you can dub it whatever way you like. The original fly, we tied it with marabou body, and I still do. I've never made any changes on this fly, nor will I, because it does work so good. I'm not gonna break it if it ain't, or fix it if it ain't broke, as they say, right? So a nice hurl body there, and I mean it's as good as it gets in my opinion. There's flies we're using out here now. I mean, like the BMW, which is a hot little fly out in BC right now, is nothing but marabou, and it is simple marabou and a wire, and you're ready to go, and it has got a lot of fish too. We'll show you that one later. And I'm just going to tie my hackle in here. Get about 4 turns. Right to the back. Bring my wire over the top. Now I'm just going to counter wrap that forward. Get the spacing right so I don't trap down a bunch of hackle with the wire. Be careful with that your spacing is correct. You'll know when you're doing it right. Just trim that off. A couple turns if I got any hackle in the way. Now I just simply take these butts that I had from my tail and pull that over the top. And there's your shellback. And I think Denny even uses now, I looked on his website, there's using some scudback or whatever for shellback there, something new. There's always people who want to buy what's new this year and whatever. You're always changing things up, but I don't know. I'm totally sold in this pattern. I don't change it. Works, the fish eat it. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to mess with it. Put a good head on there. That's going to be cemented. Later, always cement the heads on your flies to keep them more durable. Now I've seen the flies in the shops and online, pictures of this fly tied different places, and the hackle's coming out the side. That is no good. Denny showed me how to tie this fly. He said the most important component on this is trimming that hackle down properly. If you don't, this fly will spin, it'll turn in the water, it won't swim right, and you'll get refusals all day long. I just lay my scissor along the shank there. I'm cutting down at about a 45-degree angle on both sides. You see that? And I'm trimming it down so the hackle's coming off the bottom. And if you don't do that, you're going to be disappointed. This will swim properly now, and it will get the job done. There's this little fly that you'll want in your fly arsenal for sure. Every Stillwater angler needs this one. I fish it primarily with an intermediate line, clear lines a lot of times, or clear camos, or even clear tips, but get some nice long casts, get along in weed beds, whatever the fish are working, they'll like it, with little short hand twists possibly, maybe a 4-inch pull, and this is definitely one that'll get you into the game. I've seen a lot of big fish caught on this fly, so good luck to you, see you in the water.
To watch all our latest Sport Fishing on the Fly episodes and to order Sport Fishing on the Fly merchandise, head to www.sfotf.ca, and if you would like to book an adventure like this one showing, head to ontheflyadventures.ca and book yourself the trip of a lifetime.